In this video, we're going to be going over Navy Federal's $500,000 home equity line of credit. So this is a phenomenal line of credit that goes all the way up to $500,000, but there are some things that you should know before you apply for this program. So if you want all of the details that pertain to this line of credit and to see if you are even eligible for this program, definitely stick around to the very end of this video so that you can know what you don't know right now. Now, first and foremost, if you don't know what a HELOC or home equity line of credit is, this is going to be a loan or a line of credit that uses your home as collateral. So if you default or cannot pay this loan back, then unfortunately the lender, they are going to be forced to either foreclose on you in order to recoup what is owed to them, or if you have a low loan balance like $10,000, then they could send you to collections, which will hurt your credit in order to recoup some of the money that is lost. Now, the great thing about Navy Federal's home equity line of credit program is that once you are approved, you could use these funds for whatever it is that you want. So if you're looking to make any home improvements, or if there's an emergency that you have, maybe you need to fix your car or fix the roof, or maybe there's a medical expense, or you want to consolidate debt. And once you get approved, you could simply transfer those funds from your line of credit over to your checking and or savings account, where you could access those funds directly once you are approved. Now, some of the loan details that pertain to Navy Federal's home equity line of credit is that there are, again, no closing costs. You could borrow up to 95% of your home's equity. There is a minimum loan amount of $10,000 and a maximum loan amount of $500,000. And this is going to be a variable rate line of credit. There, again, is going to be no application fees, no origination fees, no annual costs, no inactivity fees, and there is an interest-only option available for this home equity line of credit. Now, at the time of me shooting this video, the APR on this home equity line of credit could go as low as 8%, which is an industry low across all lines of credit out there in the marketplace. And you can get a draw period for up to 20 years, followed by a 20-year repayment period. Now, all of this sounds great and all, but what's the catch, or what are some of the things that you should know about this home equity line of credit? So let's go into that right now. Number one, the maximum LTV or loan to value ratio is going to be 95%. So unfortunately, as advertised, you cannot borrow up to 95% of your home's equity. Now, I believe that this is a simple typo. They probably should have put borrow up to 95% of your home's value, not your home's equity. So 95% LTV, also known as 95% loan to value ratio, is going to be a simple calculation of your home's value times 95%. So if we use an example of a home that is valued at $500,000, then $500,000 times 95% is $475,000. Now, how most borrowers are interpreting the language on their website, and rightfully so, is that you could borrow up to 95% of your home's equity. So if we take the home example that is valued at $500,000 and we subtract any loans that you currently owe on the property, let's just say that you owe $400,000 on your current home right now, but it's valued at $500,000. $500,000 minus $400,000 equals $100,000, and that is going to be your equity left in your home. If you were to follow the language that is on Navy Federal's website, which is going to be borrow 95% of your home's equity, then technically you could borrow $95,000 because your home equity in this example is going to be $100,000. However, there is a max cap of 95% LTV loan to value ratio, which will only allow you to borrow up to $475,000 of your home's value. So if you have a loan on your property for $400,000, then in this example, you could only borrow $75,000 because that's a cap of 95% loan to value ratio. Number two, this is going to be a variable rate loan, not a fixed rate loan, with a max APR of up to 18%. So although Navy Federal is advertising an APR as low as 8%, they could raise the APR all the way up to 18% if the market continues to climb. So if you apply for this home equity line of credit today, then you could be paying 8% APR on that $100,000 today or in the near future. And in next year, it could jump up to 18% APR. So that's going to significantly increase your overall monthly payment that is due on this loan. Number three, there is an interest-only option with this home equity line of credit, which is phenomenal. So if you're using these funds for another investment, then you could potentially cash flow better. However, that interest-only option is going to come at a cost, and that cost is going to be 1% higher than your standard home equity line of credit loan. And be mindful, since this is an interest-only loan, there would be no principal pay down. So yes, your monthly payments would be less, but again, no portion of this payment will go towards principal pay down. So in 1 year or 5 years or 10 years from now, your loan balance will still remain the same. Now, the fourth thing that you should know about this home equity line of credit with Navy Federal is that they have long approval times up to 40 calendar days. And the reason why it takes so long is because this is going to be a full doc loan. And full doc loans require all of your income docs, so your tax returns, W-2s, 1099s, pay stubs, as well as copies of your mortgage statements if you owe any loans on the property, as well as your homeowner's insurance, driver's license, social security number. Again, everything that pertains to a regular mortgage is going to be required when applying for this home equity line of credit with Navy Federal. So if you're looking for quick cash or quick access to funds, this is not going to be the program for you because, again, it could take up to 40 calendar days. They're going to verify your FICO score, your debt to income ratio, your loan to value ratio, and other requirements that pertain to full doc loans. So if you are a borrower who is looking for quick access to funds, then definitely drop a comment in the comment section below. Maybe comment quick funds and I will send you a link to another home equity line of credit where you can access your funds in as little as 5 days. Now, speaking of 5, the fifth thing that you should know about this home equity line of credit is that there is a 20-year draw period followed by a 20-year repayment period. So if you were to get approved for a $500,000 line of credit, then you could tap into that line of credit for as long as 20 years, and that's going to be your draw period. During the draw period is going to be a variable or adjustable rate loan or mortgage. So your interest rate is going to go up and down according to the market during that 20-year draw period. So if you are carrying a balance during the draw period, you're going to see your interest rate jump up and jump down accordingly to the market. And if you decide to pay any of the portion that you borrowed back, then you can access that portion of funds in the near future if you want to borrow against it again for up to 20 years. However, if you carry a balance for the duration of that 20 years, then what will follow is going to be the repayment period for a 20-year term. So if you were to borrow the maximum of $500,000 on this line of credit during the draw period, and then 20 years later, you still carry that balance of $500,000, then that $500,000 loan that you borrowed from Navy Federal through the line of credit will turn into a $500,000 installment loan. And this installment loan will have a fixed rate for the duration of 20 years. Now, if that interest rate on your installment loan is a little high to your liking and you don't like the repayment schedule, then you could always refinance out of this home equity line of credit or this new installment loan into a regular fixed rate loan or first mortgage. So as you can see, Navy Federal's home equity line of credit is a phenomenal program, but there are a few things that you should know before applying for this home equity line of credit. Now, if you found the information in this video valuable, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button, share it with a friend or family member, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so that I could release more videos just like this. And if you want to learn about other home equity lines of credit programs or other home equity loans, be sure to check out one of my other videos that is found here on this channel after you subscribe, of course. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye for now.